Okay, Jill, I'm going to show you what I know about the flattening plugin. Uh, Here's where you want to go to peltmade.com, and it's worth the price you have to pay for it. It's 50 pounds, I guess, but it's definitely worth it. And anyway, this is where you get it. You'll download it, and then you'll have to put it in your Photoshop plugins folder, which might do automatically, but like here's my Photoshop, there are my plugins, and it comes in two parts. It's called Flatten Pro and Multifill, and it's just a two-part process, so both of those have to be in your plugins folder. Okay, and this is where you get it from. And then what you do is you'll bring in some art to Photoshop, and I brought this in from Illustrator so it's not flattened, so I will flatten the image. There we go. Okay, now it's by default for me this is CMYK. Now what we have to do is make sure that there's no anti-aliasing, which this probably doesn't have any because it started out as vector art, but you just want to make sure to make it as clean as possible. You're going to change the mode to bitmap. So okay, so you go to grayscale, and then you go to bitmap, keep it 50% threshold so everything's either black or white, and that takes care of any anti-aliasing. And then you go back, of course, to grayscale, and then you go back to CMYK color. Okay, and then you're ready. You go to filter, and you'll see, if you're not in the right color mode it won't show up, but if you are, you'll see this BPelt down here. And the first thing you do is multi-fill. You choose the second option, not that one. It's in alphabetical order, I guess. So choose multi-fill first. And I go with the defaults. They tend to work for me. And it just fills in the arbitrary colors. Now the line art is still part of it. This is all one layer, and the line art is part of it. So if you're wanting a solid color layer with line art on top, like I do, you do the second part, which is you go to Flatten Pro. You do this second, and there you go. And the line art is obliterated, and all you have is a set of color flats. And you know, you can bring in the line art by itself and put it in as a layer on top of this, and that way the color and the line art are totally separate. Now you'll notice, of course, that some things are missing, like the head didn't come in here, and there's lines. Wherever lines are missing, the shapes, of course, won't create. And so for me, the easiest thing to do is just keep undoing until I get it right. So I'll go to this, and then I'll find out where the holes are. I go, oh yeah, there's a hole there. So I'll get and actually the best place to do this is in bitmap mode, but if you're in a hurry you can keep it. You can see how it's just a little bit aliased there, and you'll see what happens here in a minute if you don't go back to bitmap to take care of it. Just find these little holes, and like I said, it's actually less trouble to keep doing this and then keep undoing it and go back and find the holes and fix them than it is to try to fix the color. So there you go. See, now the head is separate, and now that part of the shirt is separate, but I still, you know, there's a break right there, there's a break there that I'll have to fix. There's a break in the sword blade. So there's things you'll want to fix. And here's what happens if you fix it in the CMYK mode, you'll get this. This is why we go to bitmap, because it gets rid of, you know, that kind of anti-aliasing. I'll just show you. If I were to go back, and if I were to go back to grayscale, bitmap, if I were to fix it in bitmap, it's just solid black and white. I don't think I went back far enough because there's a plug there that I didn't. Yeah, okay, but I'll do this here. Okay, and then then now if I go to grayscale, CMYK color, and then now if I do filter, multi-fill, filter, Flatten Pro, it doesn't have that anti-aliasing there. So the cleanest way is to go back to bitmap to fix everything. Of course, so you don't want to be going back and forth a whole lot. So you're going to want to do a careful examination and find all those holes and then fix them in bitmap and then come back and do this again. And then of course you have this one color here where the white of the page is supposed to be. Pretty much each color is unique, I think. I've never found them to repeat a color. So if you can get your wand and make sure that your tolerance is only 2 and take contiguous off, if you click on that background color, it should just get the background and not anything else. And then you can delete it, and I would put white there. And then now you're dealing with just the flats. Of course, see, there's things that I missed right there that I would have to fix. She has a black shirt on, so I don't need to fix that. But anyway, that's how it works. So it's definitely worth the money, and it will definitely save you some time.